all the people are like trying to help, right? And if you look really closely in our eyes, it says lost and fear, and those two things are kind of like, and as well as anxiety obviously, is blinding her from seeing that people are actually trying to help.
For months, our Compassionate Arts and Compassionate San Diego youth ambassadors told us that youth mental health was a primary problem. They needed help with coping, with anxiety, with depression, with worries. Especially since we've been dealing with COVID and climate change, California fires and floods, isolation and racism. Our youth ambassador, Madison Ross, did a paper at San Marcos High and created the concept of having a youth mental health fair with help from therapists, adults, and artists. So, we have 4 topic discussions that include adults, youth, and artists. The first one is coping with anxiety and worries. The second one is overcoming depression and loneliness. The third one is diversity, inclusiveness, and equity, and how that affects mental health. And the fourth one is understanding autism. We even have wonderful therapists who are volunteering their time, so please watch our short little video and join the discussion.
For this post, we kind of want to spread awareness of like anxiety in general, and I suffer from anxiety. I'm diagnosed with it, and like it's so hard. It's like an everyday struggle, and a lot of people think they're alone. And since we don't really talk about it as much as we should, and people think anxiety is just being worried, it's a lot more than that, where you can be stuck in your own head, and you kind of don't really like think about, you're kind of like stuck in your own head, and you really do think you're alone. And that's kind of what we represented in this picture, because there's like people reaching out and she's not realizing. And we kind of just want to like bring awareness and show that you're not alone, and so many people actually do struggle with this but don't realize it. And it's an everyday struggle. Of course, people have like different like how bad it is.
My name is Camille Saleh, and I am the lead artist on the diversity post for Compassionate Arts. I am kind of finishing up what I've been working on for many weeks for this project. So far, really the finishing touches for me are to put my story on the diversity post, and I'm going to put that right here.
How has this impacted you?
Honestly, I never really thought of myself as being a very strong artist that's been able to convey my feelings through art, and this has changed just about everything for me, as I have really taken the time to understand how other people feel, as well as my own feelings looking back at my life, and been able to project that onto this post in a variety of different, both original art pieces as well as those of others that have contributed to this project.
I think it symbolizes like peace. Yeah.
Huh. So how do you feel being part of this project and this post?
It feels amazing being part of this, because you get to speak up and like be able to let people know how you feel, and to let them see what other people see, because there are people that don't say what they want because they're scared to be judged.
So this has been a real amazing experience for me. Is working on this post has helped my depression and loneliness and build up my confidence. I've never saw myself as a lead artist in this way. So to have the responsibility of being the lead artist, thanks to Kira, she's like, you're the lead artist, because she's known I've done with depression a lot, had to do with depression. And so this concept is about my thoughts, my train of thoughts. And we have a train, one train that's going off the tracks, as you can see, and there's a person trying to stop it. And we're going to continue the thought, but this time the tracks are going to come back together. And I'm either going to have the person become a conductor or them picking the train up and putting it back on. So we're playing with that concept, but the thoughts will also be in the smoke and the clouds right here. And Pauline is right now helping with some of the words, like face your fears. These are things you have to say in order to get back on track. And so sometimes you don't have as positive thoughts, like counting to get out of bed. Like I had to count. That was a way of counting. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, get up. You know, something like that, get going. And these are the things that people who have depression and anxiety have to find life hacks to get going.
Hi, I'm Madison. I'm the lead artist for this post on autism. Now, what we do for these posts typically is at the bottom. That's typically what, like, the bad sort of negative things we do. And then we work our way up to the top where it's all the nice and like hopeful stuff. Like we'll have 2 big quotes typically at the top. Then the middle's typically like the storytelling, and if you need help with anything, depends on the post.
Hi, I'm Robin, and I am the founder of Autism Spectrum Disorder Supports. And I just want everyone to know, in these really trying times, especially with our at-risk youth in the autism demographic, it's really important to maintain some positivity and to remember that when you have a bad day, it's just a bad day. It's not the end of the world. It took me a long time to realize that. And I'm excited we're going to be doing this amazing forum that we're going to be discussing all these issues and helping people to learn confidence and get tools so that they can handle when they get those bad days. Just remember, everything gets better with time and practice.